Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Gapester for Gabe Studios, and today we are live again with another interview by my special guest, Erickzilla1999.
Yeah. What good, what good, what good? Erickzilla here with a live stream here with Gapester Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we're here with the grocery music, which I'm gonna turn down just for a little bit. Gabe, fix your typos. What are you talking about? But anyway, so how's your night today, Eric?
Well, I mean, it's not nighttime over here, but it's pretty good.
Well, you
It's
know what I mean, but okay.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's
So,
good.
so I guess I'll start with the first questions here, since you're a Godzilla fan. How did you first get into Godzilla?
How did I first get into Godzilla? Well, pretty much how I got into Godzilla was just from watching Final Wars way back. Because at the time I was always into just Jurassic Park and dinosaurs. And then I find it, and then I just happened to go to the grocery store with my parents, and I see this DVD of like a dinosaur looking thing as I thought it was, and it was like Godzilla like roaring into the cover, and it's Godzilla Final Wars. I get the movie expecting to see like dinosaurs, and then I see like they're kicking and they're jumping and everything like that, and that got me hooked. And that's how I was able to know about some of the monsters from that movie. And then I started finding out that there's way more movies of them out there, and I'm just like, holy crap. And of course, that's when I discovered the internet. Back in like early 2000s, internet was kind of like really weird. So you can probably imagine how weird it would have been like back then. but
Definitely not the same as today.
but yeah, and then afterwards I discovered a website. I mean, the website doesn't exist anymore, but it was called TokyoMonsters.com, and that's where I was able to find out all these different monsters and tokusatsu shows and all that.
Ooh.
And I mean, that's where I discovered Gamera and all that. But then over time, I started discovering Zone Fighter, and then a bunch of other Toho properties and such like that, like Latitude Zero. Like pretty much Tokyo Monster was the website where like I started to know a lot more Godzilla stuff and other stuff besides Godzilla. And yeah, pretty much yeah. Like if it wasn't for Final Wars, I wouldn't be here.
Well, this is my favorite movies. What brought Eric over here, you guys?
Yeah. Yo,
Let me
what up,
guess.
Eric? Yo,
Did
what's
that
up,
stuff
little
lead into
punk?
Ultraman, by any chance?
What was that?
Did that stuff lead into Ultraman?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, is that the next question?
Well, I mean, it was gonna be later, but it just got me interested since you brought up not Ultraman. You brought up Zone Fighter, Gamera, and all that. It took us out.
Oh yeah. Afterwards, it was Ultraman then. But that whole thing, how I was introduced with Ultraman, was different.
Okay, I guess we'll get more back. We'll get into that when I get to the Ultra question. I just wanted to ask that there since you got into other Tokusatsu.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so not only I'll be asking you questions, people in the comments will be asking you questions. So Isaiah over here has, what do you think of the JBK movie and the toxicity of Kong fans?
Oh man, I'm honestly would have expected the Kong fans to have taken this a lot more like mature. Because as a Kong fan myself, like I thought it was a pretty fair fight. And I'm not saying that all Kong fans are like that, but like just the small few, they were like actually like, oh, it's a pretty fair fight. But then most of them, like I started seeing the Kong fans like, oh, I feel like Kong should have won, or maybe he could have done better this that. But then I don't know, like as like again, like I said, as a Kong fan, I just I I thought it was a fair fight. Kong put up a good fight, and so did Godzilla. And Kong won one round. I mean, it's like I thought it was a pretty again, I thought it was a fair fight. I don't know why Kongs were getting all upset about that and shit. Like it's weird.
Well, okay, this is for everybody. Like, here's one way to put it: Godzilla won the battle between Godzilla and Kong, but Kong won the movie in a way, because if it wasn't for Kong, Godzilla would have been dead. But however, reality-wise, between the main battle, which is the movie's title, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla won the battle, but Kong won the movie. He saved both of them.
Wait, what the? Wait. Oh yeah, I told you. I remember. dude, I totally forgot about that. I told you that.
I know. I wanted to bring that up because I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I totally forgot that. Yeah, because no, it's because in the earlier script, I mean, at this point, I could probably tell it right now since it's a scrapped script.
go ahead.
But supposedly in the script, like that was scrapped and all that, Mechagodzilla was actually supposed to be like a hybridized, like full fledged, like you'd see Ghidorah's heads coming out of Mechagodzilla's body. And Godzilla was supposedly supposed to sacrifice himself in the Hollow Earth, like the hole, that hole that Godzilla left in the ground. He was supposed to,
Tell me about that.
yeah, he was supposed to like pull Mechagodzilla in there with him, and so then like Kong tries to save Godzilla, but then like he wasn't able to, and they both fell down, and Kong was the only one that's in the surface. That was the script that was scrapped, but obviously they changed it up and stuff like that last minute, so it was strange. But yeah,
like-
but it still stands. But it still stands with the whole thing with like how Godzilla won the battle, but Kong won the movie. So
There
it
you
was
go.
it was pretty much
Bouncy
it was pretty much like that. Yeah.
Alrighty, Zopunk, I know you have an ultimate question, but let's wait for that. But I guess we can answer this one right here. Zopunk asks, what about how are you introduced to Kamen Rider?
Dude, Kamen Rider, dude. I couldn't understand how many people don't really like Kamen Rider all too much, but at the same time though, I feel like you should probably check it out at least. Like the show is actually pretty fun. It kind of just depends on which is your preference and all that. Like with mine, like the first one I was introduced to was actually Kamen Rider Decade. That whole thing was actually pretty cool. But what you call it? And so, and like it's like the same thing with Godzilla. I find out that there's more Kamen Rider shows, so I started watching all the Kamen Rider shows. And like of course, I watched Kamen Rider Ichigo, which is essentially like the first Kamen Rider show. And then afterwards, I watched the Shin Kamen Rider, and after that, I haven't really watched any other Kamen Rider shows. Like I haven't really been watching a whole lot, but I still need to catch up on a few. I've only seen like a few episodes and clips here and there from like the new gen Kamen Rider shows and all that. I think the last time I saw a Kamen Rider show was I forgot what it was called, but it had something to do like he had like a pink hair kind of style, and if you can't, what you call it, he was his whole gimmick was like about gaming and all that basically. I forgot what that Kamen Rider is called. He has a name, but I just can't think of it at the top of my head right now.
All right, not bad.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
yeah, Kamen Rider is a good show. It's a good franchise.
I'll probably give it a shot after Ultraman, but we'll see though. Okay, Gavin, this is actually on my list of questions, but I guess Gavin just asked it for me. What is your favorite Godzilla design?
Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie between the Final Wars design and the Godzilla 2000 design. Obviously, I like the 2000 design slightly more though, because his spines just look really crazy and just like I don't know, this Godzilla looks fearsome and stuff. So I like the design for 2000, but at the same time, if you have to go with like more athletic or like more physical moving or like I don't know how to say it, but like essentially I would say Godzilla Final Wars, but like for me my number one is always going to be Godzilla 2000.
It's even in the name, isn't it? 1999.
Exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, like 1999. It's kind of for two things, because 1999 was the year I was born, and 1999 was from Godzilla 2000. Like it was released in 1999. So yeah, 1999.
Got you. Okay,
Yeah.
this is actually a decent. This actually is about your work. So Mighty Chronicles Uranus Voltron, sorry, I don't know how to name. Will you be drawing Godzilla, Rodan, Jet Jaguar from Godzilla Single Point, Monsterverse Mechagodzilla, Mega Skullcrawler, Hellhawk, and Warbat, and the Zootopia?
Will I be drawing those? I think I know what he's referring to. I possibly will be, most likely. I mean, I'll probably be drawing them pretty soon. But like I plan on drawing them for a different thing though. It's not like full-fledged like monsters, but like Like I'm pretty like Gapester probably knows the thing I'm talking about. Like like my kaiju story, right?
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably most likely what I'm gonna be doing. Like I'll be drawing those monsters as those characters and all that. So
Yeah. For all you Eric
yeah,
guys, yeah, for all you fans, for all the people that are fans of Eric and his artwork, expect some things from him, I guess.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, Javier Borcha. Ask Erickzilla what is his name. What is your name, Erickzilla1999?
It's Eric. My name is Eric.
Yep,
You
his
don't know
name.
my name? You know my name? My name is
No,
Eric.
I didn't know your name. Your name's Eric. I didn't know your name.
No, it's because I know who that is. I know who that is, and he wanted me to do that.
You know this guy? Okay, well,
I know who Javier is. He's
Oh.
yeah, I know who he is.
All right. Rosales,
Good.
yo,
Okay.
Eric, what do you think of Marvel? Sorry, what do you think of Marvel and DC?
Marvel, I guess a huge franchise of what it's gone to, like, it's honestly insane. Like, honestly, like, Marvel, like, it's always, like, it's, like, similar to Godzilla, you know? Marvel's been in my childhood also, you know? Like, I grew up with freaking Iron Man and Hulk. Like, the ones from 2008, basically.
Oh,
And, yeah, the ones that started the whole, the
MCU?
MCU. Yeah, the
Yeah,
MCU. And you know, up to this point, like I've kind of just stopped watching Marvel up to like what you call it? Was it Endgame? Yeah, exactly.
Are you keep up from home?
I can't. No, I've seen those movies too, of course, but like just like at that point, I kind of just slowed down on it. But yeah, like Marvel is really cool. You know, like I really love Marvel. And when it comes to DC, it's kind of the same thing too, but it's just like I don't know. It's just the characters in them. They're not as like they don't have the kind of charisma that they have like the old DC films and all that. I think the few films from DC I like were the Dark Knight, Batman the Dark Knight. I think it's called the one with the Joker, and then
Yeah, Joker. That's the one.
yeah, the Joker, and then I think the last DC film I watched was literally Batman v Superman. That was the last DC film I watched. I haven't watched anything else.
I heard Snyder pretty good.
Except wait, actually, you know what? That's a lie. I watched Joker also. The Joker was technically my last DC film.
Caught in 4K, Mister.
Yeah, caught on 4K.
More like 2K for now, though. All right. Isaiah asks, "What do you think about Kevin Ghidorah's left hand controlling Mechagodzilla?"
Kevin's controlling. I mean, wait. I don't think they Wait, did they specify that it was?
No,
I mean,
not really.
technically. I mean, but then again, technically, it's not Kevin. That's just a regular head. Like because I think like from what my knowledge is of the meme is that like as soon as Ghidorah grew that second head, that new head, that was Kevin. But the other head was just kind of like more curious and more kind of like legit, you know.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. The head that got picked by Godzilla, that's Kevin, right?
No, that's not Kevin.
What?
That's the separate head. That's the different head. No, because I don't know, like, because okay, I always thought the Kevin head was when you know how when Ghidorah like starts growing back his head, right? Mm-hmm. I always thought that Ghidorah head was Kevin, and the one that Godzilla teared off from the ocean was just a regular head. But it's confusing. What I think about Ghidorah's head being a Mechagodzilla, you know, I think it's a cool concept. I do. But at the same time, they from the old script of the GVK film, you know, I thought that would have been more cooler. But at the same time, I couldn't understand why they would change it because I feel like they wanted to like just not to have Ghidorah in it. I guess I don't know, but yeah, Ghidorah controlling Mechagodzilla makes sense, and I like the concept. So
okay. Now, Kingzo says, Erickzilla, is it okay if I blow up an orphanage? Well, make sure you get some help afterwards or something. I don't know. I mean, Eric, do you
Well,
approve of people at the orphanage?
bro, of blowing up the orphanage, bro. Like that's such a random question, bro. But like I don't know, bro. Like, shoot. I mean, like, kind of depends what kind of orphanage, bro. An orphanage for bronies? Hell yeah, blow them up.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Okay. White Ice says Kong lost because okay, I'm not really gonna get into this whole debate thing. Okay. 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 Zilla Punk says, what is your favorite Godzilla cringe video? I knew this was gonna come up later on. I was gonna ask him anyway.
Honestly, as of right now, my favorite one has to be the one about the ARG. I had way more fun in that one than some of my other ones, cause with Godzilla cringe, I always usually have like I'm always just frustrated. The fact that I'm in a fandom that just like is not like mature enough to like handle certain things and all that, you know, like certain situations. Like the whole thing with Kaijuzilla, with the whole freaking folders thing, with the whole racist thing with Franklin or something like that. And then with the whole Kevin meme and all that, that one was something. And then but yeah, like honestly, like with with those kind of videos, you know, I was still having fun, but like at the same time, you know, I was just frustrated how like there's like some of these fandoms, man, like some of these fans, like, you know, and freaking, so like yeah, I would say like the ARG, you know, that one was the one I had the most fun at and shit. And you know, of course, like some friends of mine, you know, I was asking them, you know, I asked them like, oh, you want to like do a call and all that, discussing your thoughts and all that. And the thing what made it even funny too is that Gojira 5400 like literally thought that I was like trying to convince them to think that they were hating it on it, but it wasn't true at all. Like like I don't know what he was trying to do with that, but you know, I don't know, man. That in the end of the day though, that ARG was shit.
You did a pretty good job of talking about it, actually. I pretty much just agree about every single point of it.
Mm-hmm. I honestly had a lot of fun with that one.
Let's see. Alrighty. Isaiah says, how did you react when Warbot got killed by the Alpha Skullcrawler? I thought the Skullcrawler died faster. The fuck?
Wait, hold on. The question is, how did I react? How did I react with the Warbot and the Skullcrawler?
How did you react when Warbot got killed faster than the Alpha Skullcrawler? I thought it's the other way around. The heck?
Yeah, it's the other way around because technically they were like well, I mean, it kind of depends what he's referring to. There's two Warbats in it. So.
About the word where Kong hits him in the head with the rock or something, maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's what he's referring to. You know, that was pretty cool. I like I don't know. Like I mean, like I never like yeah, it was fast, but at the same time, there's another one after him. So I thought, you know, like oh, there's another one coming after him. We'll just let him deal with that and shit. I mean, the Skullcrawler was kind of killed off too, pretty quick too. Like it was
a bit too quick.
Like literally, it was chasing him, and then he got grabbed by Mechagodzilla, and then he blasted him. So I mean, what I think about it, like I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. Like I didn't really like worry too much about it. I thought it was really sick.
Alrighty. Okay, this is actually a good one. White Ice asks, White Ice, can you draw Kong when he's older with gray hairs and some badass new scars? That's actually, I like that. Can you do that, Eric?
I could possibly do that, but at the same time, you know, like I'm kind of busy. I'm already kind of busy with like other commissions at the moment, but usually I do have a lot of other drawings I want to do though. I want to do a lot of like I've seen the film like 3 times already. And there's so much stuff in that film that I want to draw, like the whole thing with Kong and Warbot, and you know, I mean, of course, I plan on coloring the Godzilla and Kong drawing that I did a live stream on my Instagram. But yeah, I have a lot of other drawings I want to do, but you know.
Yeah, but Old Man Monkey sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Mighty Chronicles asks, have you watched some rubbish Godzilla comic dubs? I don't know if I pronounced rubbish, whatever.
Rubbish comic dubs.
Robies.
I have, and There's this one currently that I found out was that Skylar was doing some. It is so bad. Like just everything with like the whole thing with Skylar dubbing over like comics and all that. That keep in mind he has no right of doing because technically it's not his. Like essentially just stealing someone's like artwork right there, just to fan dub it. I mean, usually when people want to fan dub your comic, they ask you first. So yeah, I don't know if he asked, but knowing how he is, like he most likely didn't. But I mean, like when it comes to like Godzilla comic dubs in general, like I think it's really awkward and cringy because most of it's just like weird love fanfics and all that. Which I mean, like it's like when it comes to certain fanfics like that, it could work out, but when it comes to like Godzilla and stuff like that, that cannot work out in my opinion. Like that's kind of weird.
Especially especially in a community where people want to see Godzilla and Mothra just.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, that is so freaking. Oh my god!
You know what? That's my next question.
How does that even work, bro? A full-grown radioactive dinosaur fucking a freaking tiny moth, bro. A tiny giant moth. Like who out there has that sort of mindset that they want to see that, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like,
you already know who does. You already know who does. We talked to him before, if you remember.
Oh yeah, I know who that guy.
I'm gonna call him out here now. But yeah, that was actually my question. Like, what do you think about the Mothra and Godzilla controversy stuff? But I guess you just answered it.
I mean, like, okay, like when it comes to like that, like, yeah, I think it's really disgusting. It's really cringe. It really is. But at the same time, though, like, at the same time, it could kind of work when it comes to like certain things. Like maybe if they're like anthro or something, I don't know.
Godzilla took all the pleasure out of it. Nope.
Yeah, it's just really weird, man. I mean, like if you if you watching this live stream right now, if you ship Godzilla and Mothra, like good for you, all right? I respect that. Right? You don't have to take what I'm saying like to like default and shit like that. If you like shipping Godzilla and Mothra, that's okay.
Like, I don't have a problem with it either. I don't got problem.
Yeah, I got no problem with it. But I personally just find it weird. I don't know.
It's not that. It's like when you make it seem dirty and it becomes a whole ass deal, but that's when it's like.
Oh yeah, that is just going too far when you just start when a giant dinosaur and a moth just start fucking each other. Then yeah, that's just like yeah. I'm gonna have to question your like mentality at that point.
That's a fair half, not gonna lie. Alrighty. Zilla Punk asks, Eric, who's worse, D-Man or Squall Charson? Who's that guy? I don't know the other guy.
I have no idea who that guy is, but I've heard his name been thrown around, but I don't know too much about him.
I don't know him either.
With D-Man, I mean, I don't really care at this point what D-Man does at this point. Like I've kind of already said what I said about him. Like the fact that the guy literally like says that he doesn't care about his fans and only cares about the money, like that should just tell you straight up right there, like he just doesn't like care and shit.
And also his reputation in the Ultraman community, how he judges he judges half the Ultraman series without even finishing it and comparing it to the budget to Godzilla movies. That's not even a fair comparison.
Exactly. Like I did a whole video about that.
Like, I'm not gonna get into it. I want everyone go watch his videos on it, because here's the thing. His Demon videos are actually some of the videos I actually always go back and watch all the time. I like to talk about.
Yeah, like dude, you guys have no idea how much Gapester puts that one freaking song of D-Man singing the song. He freaking spams it sometimes. Oh, I freaking just like, okay, bro.
You know what, guys? I gotta show you guys something. Hold on.
Oh my god, he's gonna do it. Watch. He's gonna put it. Watch. Do it straight up. We're gonna get copyright claim. Watch.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will. The song is copyright claim.
I didn't get the claim actually for myself. I didn't get the claim for some reason.
Well, maybe it's because Demon was singing it. That's probably why.
Exactly.
That's probably the only good thing, that when Demon's singing, you won't get copyright claim.
Yo, dude, there's a freaking ad on it. Yo, there's an ad on this. How? How is there an ad on this?
That's mad cringe, lad.
Yo, how is there an ad? What the heck?
I have no idea, bro.
What
Like,
did they have to make baby for that? Okay.
Shut up, Tony. I got this.
Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman,
I
Ultraman,
like how you could just see my character just slowly fading in, just like fuck.
it's super good. He comes from a billion miles away from a distant planet land. Our hero, Ultraman.
Oh my god,
I had
dude.
to do that. I was gonna do that at one point, but
Yeah,
okay.
I know. I already knew you were gonna do that.
All right, first, hold on. I gotta put the grocery thing back on. Hold on. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, White Ice says Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is the star of Marvel. Yeah, he's definitely a big star.
Dude, Tobey Maguire is so cool, man. I love that
fucking love
Spider-Man.
him.
I love his version of Spider-Man. It's really cool.
Hopefully, he comes back in Spider-Man 3. We'll see.
Possibly. Yeah, maybe.
Alrighty. Says hello, Boss Plays. Welcome to the stream. Rosales asks, Eric, are you the ultimate cringe? I believe he is.
I don't know. Most likely. I mean, many people have their own perspective of me, bro. But like, you know, I mean, there is a guy out there that actually proclaims himself to be the king of cringe. So I mean, having that kind of title is already cringe already, you know. But I mean, yeah, I guess I'm the ultimate cringe. So like,
Well, you better get you your
no.
crown.
What?
We better get you the crown then.
Yeah, we gotta get that crown from freaking king of cringe, bro. He doesn't deserve that shit. I do.
If I give it to David, that makes a lot more sense.
It makes it for for David.
Alrighty. Pyo Revenue.
Never gonna give
Never gonna
you
give you up. Never gonna say.
Never gonna
goodbye.
give you.
Did I say goodbye? Okay. How can I ask question like those people? Just ask a question, White. It's not simple. Okay. Erickzilla1999. Have you seen Singular Point episode 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, I've already seen those. I've already seen the episodes already.
Oh, yeah,
Me, Gapester, and Methlo actually watched the first episode together, so it was like pretty cool.
I'm actually gonna be streaming those again, the English ones soon with him and some
Yeah.
other
The thing is though, is I had to rewatch episode 1 because it didn't have subtitles.
I didn't
But
understand.
at the same time, but at the same time, I was able to sort of understand what they were saying.
Don't spoil for me though, please. I didn't.
Oh yeah, I know. Freaking and then like episode 2 was a pretty fun one also, man. Like,
Ooh.
dude, the way Jet Jaguar and Rodan fight, bro, that was pretty cool.
Okay, let's not get too much into that. Okay. All right, comments. Well, I got a question in my element. I want to make sure everyone gets their chance. If Mecha, well, I think you mean Mecha or whatever. If Mecha King Ghidorah was in GVK instead of Mecha Godzilla, who do you think would win? Kong and Godzilla team.
Honestly, I was one of those people that was hoping that Mecha King Ghidorah would never be in the movie. Thank God it wasn't. But if he was in the movie, I would probably go for obviously Godzilla and Kong. Like obviously, fucking like they would wreck Ghidorah. The fuck, man. I feel like they were both probably like, because I don't know, like maybe like the whole tagline would probably lie to us. Instead of one will fall, they both fall. Like they both died by Mechagodzilla before they kill Mechagodzilla, but then they would be so badly damaged and everything like that and fucked up that they just fall down to the ground and they both die. Like that would have been a hell of a freaking thing. Like it would have made everyone upset. Like honestly, just imagine that, bro. Like holy crap. But yeah, I would say Godzilla and Kong if they were to go up against Mecha Ghidorah, you know, that would be pretty rad.
Definitely. Alrighty. Zilla Pun asks, what do you think of the now 15-year-old Ultraman Jack Mebius? Ultraman Jack.
The 50 and 15-year-old Ultraman Jack and Mebius. They're awesome. I like them. Ultraman Jack, Ultraman Mebius. Ultraman Mebius, like the best way to describe the show entirely is like essentially the Showa show for the Heisei era. Like everything about the Mebius series and all that. I mean, obviously it's connected to the Showa Ultras and all that in the universe from there. So yeah, I would say like both Ultimate Jack and Ultimate Mebius they have a pretty cool show and the designs are really neat. Ultimate Jack's show had a lot of like serious tones with it. Like it was kind of like a mix of like a huge mix. Like Ultraman, like the first Ultraman show was like the thing that started it all, you know. And then Ultra 7 improved on the stuff that Ultraman did like bad. And then Ultimate Jack kind of improved it even more with its series and all that, with its more serious tone and, you know, great monster fights and all that. So yeah.
Alright, I will get that chance as soon as I'm done with your OG Ultraman series, which I'm almost done with it. Alright.
Yeah.
White Ice asks, do you love Jurassic Park franchise?
Dude, I am a huge JP fan, bro. You have no idea. Yes, I love Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was essentially like the thing that got me into drawing in the first place. Like I literally grew up with dinosaurs, man. Like I had like my older brother had like all like, or like not all, but like some of the Jurassic Park toys and some of the dinosaur toys from like the Disney movie Dinosaur, and you know, stuff like that, you know. So I grew up with dinosaurs, you know, like I love Jurassic, and so like obviously, you know, Jurassic Park, the franchise and all that, like it is something that really sticks with me, you know. It's a really great franchise. Can't wait for Jurassic World Dominion though, man. That's just gonna be rad. It's just gonna be dope.
Once stuff comes out about, I'll probably make more videos on JP stuff, which I do have a few JP plans, especially with the fandom, but we'll see what happens though. Alright. Okay. Okay. I've been answering a lot of comment questions. I need to get back on my list soon. Okay. Have you watched Cougar McDowell comics? They don't do too much love comics.
Cougar McDowell. I don't know if McDowell. I think he's supposed to say is it McDowell? Nah. I unfortunately do not know who that is.
That's tough.
So I can't really say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being honest. Honestly, I don't know who that is. I might know who it is, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. Alrighty. Okay, I see there's a couple more here that are pretty recent, so I'm gonna get back to my list for a few questions. Okay. What is your favorite Showa Godzilla design?
My favorite Showa Godzilla design, has to be the 62 Godzilla.
King Goji.
King Goji, yeah, essentially. Like, I don't know, like the whole design of it is really neat. Like it has the bulk and look of like what would be the Showa Godzilla, you know. But at the same time though, like I also really like the 73 to 74 Godzilla design. Cause obviously that design is more like a hero. Like, cause up to that point, you know, Godzilla's a hero, so like his design of it obviously has to reflect that. So, you know, 74, you know, to 73, you know, those ones are also my favorites. So like it's kind of like the same thing with the whole Godzilla Final Wars and Godzilla 2000 things, you know, like the King Goji and the freaking Megalo Goji, like those, like they're both my favorites, but at the same time, you know, like if I had to pick one, I would say 62. So I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of 62, did you know that the 62 suit was almost used again in Godzilla vs. Wolfman? It wasn't official by Toho, but it was actually made by like some crew members or whatever of Toho.
Wait, which one? Wait, what?
Godzilla versus the Wolfman.
Yeah, I know that, but like, what was the, like, if I knew what?
What you thought about that, since that would have had the 62 suit?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the full. I freaking saw the whole entire film and all that. It was at one point a lost film too, so it was like kind of like something that I had to watch. I had to find it somehow. But then I started noticing how like some G fans started finding some footage, and they found and someone out there found the complete film, and they
Yep.
put it together, and I think they showed it at G Fest at one point. But I wasn't able to. I like obviously at the time I didn't have the money or the freaking transportation of going to somewhere like that to G Fest.
That's tough.
But but so like I had to watch it from YouTube. Like there's like someone tried to record it at G Fest, and that's how I was able to see most of it. But someone uploaded the entire movie on YouTube, and I was able to see the entirety of it, and it's pretty cool, honestly. And the Wolfman suit also is really awesome too. Like,
Why Steph
not
did.
gonna lie, that's a pretty cool looking Wolfman suit.
I think Why Steph did a figure of that, did they not?
Yeah, they did a figure of it.
I'm gonna have to see this movie. I've seen all the clips. I haven't seen the full movie. I need to see the movie. Is it
I
worth
mean,
watching?
don't expect too much out of it. It's not it's not really a good movie. But at the same time, it's a good movie to like sit back and just watch.
Pretty much like if you love the
It's a
show,
good
and
movie.
want something new. Well, that's it right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Rosales asks, "Yo, Eric, how would you react if Mechagodzilla's bladed tail drilled into Kong's head?" Oh shoot, that's good stuff.
Dude, that would have made me go, "Oh my god, they killed Kong!" Yo, that's mad.
Well,
I
since we
would
don't
have been,
talk anymore,
I would have been just freaking like, I would have been just at the same time I would have been kind of like this, like I would have been sad, but at the same time I would just be like, "Oh man, that was a sick scene though."
low key,
Like,
I wish it kind of went through his arm, just a little bit for suspense, just for like a little bit.
oh yeah, I get what you mean by that.
Because like his left arm has gone through a lot of pain in the movie. It got so many hits, and Godzilla dislocated it, and it just would have been so bad if it went through it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Oh Jesus Christ, this is okay. Isaiah said, "What if Mechanicon was in GBK and Mechagodzilla Mechanicon team up? Who do you think would win?" Happy they didn't do that.
Dude, that would be a crazy fight. I feel like honestly, like knowing how the Godzilla fandom is, the Adam Wingard would have to have Godzilla and Kong win, obviously. But freaking if Mechanicon was in there, and with that Mecha Godzilla, and I honestly feel like they would have gotten their ass beaten. Honestly, they would have fucking died if because we already see the Mecha Godzilla in GBK. I mean, we already saw how fucking crazy that one is. Imagine how Mechanicon would have been in that film.
Oh,
That would have been so crazy, dude.
if Mechanicon came, the humans are gonna have to get involved. They're gonna have to release the rest of the skull crawlers out.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but that would be hella crazy and in a whole like just overwhelming like, shit, And that honestly, I feel like it could kind of go both ways. Like maybe if like instead of like Kong faces off Mechagodzilla, then Godzilla faces off Mechanicon, and they just kind of go both side to side. They deal with them both and shit, and they ended up killing both and shit. But yeah, I mean honestly, I still feel like Godzilla and Kong might win against that.
Alrighty. White Eyes asks, "What is your favorite Jp Dinosaur, Eric?"
Yes. Freaking you misspelled my name. It's CK. But what you call it? My favorite JP dinosaur is the Spinosaurus. Yeah, the Spinosaurus is my favorite. Like it's kind of like, man, like I honestly I don't hate it, but like it's always hard to like because I obviously have like a bunch of other favorite dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, like the big one and the freaking obviously then the Indoraptor, But I was like honestly I would say the Spinosaurus, honestly.
Eric, by big one, do you mean the Mosasaurus?
What's up?
You said the big one. Do you mean the Mosasaurus?
No, there's the raptor in JP in Jurassic Park, the main raptor. He goes by the big one.
Oh, never mind. I thought you meant. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I would say honestly, yeah, I would say the Spinosaurus.
Alrighty. Mighty Chronicles says, "Do you watch RWBY? I don't know what that is."
Uh, honestly, I have some friends that are into Ruby. I personally just don't find it that interesting. It's not really eye catching. I mean, I've seen a few clips here and there, but it's a show that doesn't really catch my eye. Like I'm like when it comes to like certain animes, I kind of like a few slice of life or like something like brutal or freaking like a bunch of isekai or like some freaking like stuff like maybe like Goblin Slayer, or One Punch Man. But I mean, I don't know. Like Ruby just didn't really catch my eye. I don't know. And at the same time, like at the time, like when Ruby was new and shit like that, there were a lot of gatekeepers over there too. And when I heard about that, I was like, okay, so I mean, obviously that's not something I want to be associated with. But at the same time, I still like even then though, like I always still try to watch the anime, even though like there's gonna be those fans. But at the end of the day, like Ruby, I just didn't really find anything that really catch my eye. But I do know that apparently that like freaking my friend keeps pointing this out to me, like, oh, there's gonna be a new one called Silver and this and that. I'm like, okay, good. And I'm just like okay. And like, hey, you should probably check this one out. I'm like, nah, bro, I don't want to check it out.
That's the one you don't want to check it out.
Yeah, like, what if I don't want to check it out?
Logic.
Nah, but other than that, though, like Ruby's just not my cup of tea.
Okay then. Alright then. Isaiah asks. Oh, come on. Okay. What do you think of the plot armor with Kong's axe, like the plot armor of KBG-1962, where Kong gets electric powers?
I think that's a nice thing that they did. That they like honestly, like I don't really care what people say because they did the same thing with Godzilla, with King Kong versus Godzilla. They gave Kong electrical powers to have the upper hand. Like with the whole thing with Kong, like having the battle axe. For one thing, it's an awesome idea, and the battle axe is really sick, and just overall, it's awesome. I like that they did that, and it's still like even then though, like even like Kong never used the battle axe all too much, and he still had a fair fight with Godzilla even without the battle axe. So it was even then, like it's really good. I like that.
Okay, not bad. Eric, how would you results test? Eric, how would you react if Kong grabbed 2 axes to face Godzilla, seeing there's at least 7 axes? I was
actually wondering that, like he could have gotten like at least one more axe. You can't just imagining that, like maybe if Kong like does some like weird tricks with the axes and shit. Like, bro, just imagine like how much like Kong could like I feel like it would probably be overkill because you already saw how the battle axe can do up against like when Godzilla shoots his atomic breath. Like it caused a shock wave. Just imagine 2 battle axes, double the shock wave. That would have freaking blown Godzilla's head. I don't care what any VG fans say. It could have happened that way. Because when you know a bit about the battle axe, you know the capabilities what it's capable of, and adding doubling it would have like at least harmed Godzilla. Maybe not blow up his head. Maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration, but it could have harmed Godzilla to the point where he can't move or he can't like. That would have caused a lot of damage on him.
Alright, Isaiah says, do you like Zilla?
Wait, who? Oh,
Isaiah, yes, if you
do
like Zilla.
I like Zilla? I mean, wait, which Zilla? The one from Final Wars or Zilla from Final Wars?
I don't know what he is asking, but I guess
Because that one is Zilla. If you're referring to the one from the Godzilla animated series,
That's
that
God.
one is Godzilla, and so is the one from TriStar.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, if you're referring to Zilla from Jurassic World or Jurassic World, what the fuck?
Bruh.
I said Jurassic World. Oh wow. I meant Final Wars. I'm a dumbass.
More than
Final
me.
Wars. Yeah. I think that one was pretty cool. I mean, the model of it was actually really weird, but at the same time, it was very unique. So yeah. I mean, there's also the one from IDW. I think that one is referred to as Zilla in the IDW comics, I think. But yeah, Zilla, cool. He's cool. I don't hate him. He's cool. I like him.
Alrighty, now this one's actually pretty interesting. I was actually gonna ask this later. Erickzilla1999, of all the Godzillas besides Godzilla Earth, who would win?
Out of all the Godzillas besides Godzilla Earth, who would win? Honestly, dude, I have no clue. Like, okay, because all the Godzilla incarnations from all of them, they all have different weaknesses from each other, and I feel like, but at the same time, they all have one thing in common: is that they have a fast regenerative power. I honestly don't know. Like I guess like literally the first thing that popped into my mind was Shin Godzilla, because yeah, like that was the first thing that popped into my mind. But like at the same time, I don't even think he would win either.
I have an idea. Who would win. I honestly think Burning Godzilla 95, because if you think about it, like around the movie, they said if he went down meltdown mode, it would like fucking destroy the whole fucking planet as it is. So if Burning Godzilla,
well, I mean, not the entire planet, but like the continent of the Earth. It was...
Oh, Earth, yeah.
So
if he destroyed the whole Earth, that would pretty much kill off all the other Godzillas. So technically, no Godzillas left. So
I mean, it wouldn't kill all the Godzillas, but you have to know like the certain capabilities of certain Godzillas, because each Godzilla incarnation are different with their own special abilities. Final Wars Godzilla was able to take an impact of a meteorite to the face. Godzilla 2000 was able to blow up an entire monster just from shooting his beam at a monster's like body and shit. Blow the fuck out. The Hanna-Barbera Godzilla has freaking lasers and fire breath, and he's huge. And freaking like honestly, like it kind of depends. Like maybe the Burning Godzilla might kill some of the Godzilla incarnations, but not all of them. But like honestly, like again, like that one's a really hard one. Honestly, I'm stumped with that one. There's a lot. There's probably someone that already did like a very extensive video about that. But yeah, I would say like I don't know. I don't know who would win.
Alrighty. White Ice says, Eric, do you think if there was a Kong Hollow Earth movie, Kong will go to that place and use the other battle axes as well? Because there's a lot of battle axe.
Wait, okay, so you think a Hollow Earth movie, Kong would go to the places? If there was another movie, possibly, yeah, he might have gone. He could go back to get 2 battle axes. That could be a possibility of doing that. Yeah.
This is actually an interesting question. Do you think Final Wars Godzilla can carry Godzilla Earth, since Godzilla Earth's weight is 100,000 tons, and when Final Wars carried Kaiser Ghidorah, he was also 100,000 tons? Really?
There you go. Flipping go. Yeah, of course he could carry Earth Godzilla if he had the chance. Yeah.
Same weight. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw him into space. Jesus. Alrighty, now my next question is, what is your favorite Heisei Godzilla design?
My favorite Heisei would have to be Biogoji. I like that one. I like that incarnation of it. It kind of improves from the 84, but at the same time, it slowly starts like going into like the 94 phase. So like I would say the Bioguchi is like my all-time favorite. And also the tail's longer and he just looks menacing also. So yeah, I would say Bioguchi.
All right then. Okay, you pretty much already answered Millennium with Final Wars 2000. What is your favorite hmm, what's your favorite Godzilla design? The Rira area. The Rira era. I don't know how to pronounce it.
The Reiwa era?
Yeah, Shin.
Yeah, I know what's in the Reiwa era, but you asking me like what's my favorite Godzilla?
Yeah, design.
In the Reiwa era. Oh, Shin Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Shin Godzilla's design. I don't know, it's just the design itself. It's really different. And I've always liked different incarnations of Godzilla, and when I saw Shin Godzilla's design of it, it's pretty wild, Like I like the design of it. It's really cool. It's gnarly and shit. So yeah.
I have a question for you, and be honest. Did you think Shin Godzilla is actually a sequel to Godzilla 1954 and Shin Godzilla was a zombie?
No, none of those things are true.
Oh no. You never thought that at one point at all?
No, I never thought of that. I always thought of it as his own sort of thing. Like obviously, like it took like sort of things with the 54 design, but when it comes to the story, like the story for Shin Godzilla of why he came out of the ocean was because of because you know how like in 54, like you try to say like how the atomic bombs awoken Godzilla and shit like that, like the atomic bombs are bad, with Shin Godzilla, they the reason why he appeared was because of the pollution in the ocean from Japan at the time, and that was sort of the message that they were going for, that we shouldn't pollute and all that, and that was the reason why Shin Godzilla appeared in the first place. So I mean, it takes some of the aspects of 54's like ideas of like referencing certain like disasters or like things that are going on, but I wouldn't say that it's like a straight up sequel to the 54 film. Like it's its own thing. And the whole thing with the zombie Godzilla, I mean, as far as I know, after watching the film countless times, there's never been, yeah, exactly. Like just put it simply, that there's never been any reference to Shin Godzilla being a zombie, like nothing like that at all.
Well, like okay, I don't know if I'm confused, or like maybe you got confused. But like, the question was, did you ever think it was before the movie was released or something?
If I ever thought, oh yeah, I know that, but like I was kind of, I just wanted to explain my point right there also. Yeah, I never thought of that. I always thought it was like its own sort of design and stuff like that. I didn't think it was a zombie.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is your least favorite Showa Godzilla design?
My least favorite Showa design. That one's also kind of a tough one.
That's tough.
There you go. That's tough.
It is indeed.
I'd probably say 72.
72?
Yeah, 72.
Is it because it's getting all worn out and you can see like reps and shit?
No, but it's because the brows on his eyes, on his eyebrows and stuff like that, and his teeth just look all weird.
It's not the same design as like all like Destroy Monsters, Godzilla's Revenge, and like.
I mean, Godzilla's the one from '68. That one was the one that was more improved. Like that was the first like sort of thing, and then it slowly started evolving and shit. And the the 72 one was the one that's kind of like weird.
Okay.
So I would say 72.
Okay, then not then. Oh shit. Okay, Eric. So did you know there was a real sequel to Godzilla 1954 where Godzilla survived the Oxygen Destroyer and he was basically a zombie? Seriously? What? When?
Where Godzilla survived the Oxygen Destroyer? I think I know what he's referring to.
Is he referring to GMK?
No, he's not referring to GMK. It's a different thing. I think he's referring to a manga from Japan, where in which Godzilla came back as sort of like not as a zombie, but as a ghost,
Ghost.
and he just happened to have like a certain design of it. I mean, obviously he's Ghost Godzilla. I think that's the one he's referring to.
I like to see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, okay, what is your favorite Showa Godzilla movie?
My favorite Showa Godzilla movie. 75 Terra Godzilla.
Maybe Gobi will love you after that. But anyway, okay, why do you like it?
I don't know. It's just it. Not only was it like the final film, but it really went out with a bang, and just the special effects and just everything of like that was going on is insane, and just like how the fact that Godzilla had to put up with like a mutated dinosaur and his doppelganger again. That whole film is just an eye candy. It really is. And just like it also featured like Godzilla's like more menacing side, but also being a hero at the same time. And and also Titanosaurus is also was a pretty cool monster also. And yeah.
Okay. Rizal says I'm referring to a sort of scrap film, but forget it. Oh, okay, never mind then, Rosales. All right,
Wait, if it's a scrap film, then that's probably what it was. Then I think it was Godzilla versus Ghost Godzilla.
Well, he didn't survive the Ocean Destroyer. Then he's a ghost. Then that's not a zombie.
No, but like the design of the Ghost Godzilla had like a more zombie looking design.
I know what he's talking about.
I think that's what he's referring to. I'm not sure.
But, specific, will you please?
Yeah.
All right. White Ice says, "What do you think?" Oh shit. What do you think if there was a female, from the Kong species and it's still living in Hollow Earth?
If there was a Kong species or a female Kong in the Hollow Earth, that would be pretty cool. It would probably be they probably would have referenced it as like King Kong Lives. Like I don't know if you've seen that movie, but in that movie, obviously there was a female Kong, or Queen Kong, or Lady Kong. They call her Lady Kong. Yeah, but freaking what you call it? If there was one in the Hollow Earth, that would be pretty. That would be pretty nice.
Hey, if you guys
at the same time, but what?
Continue.
Oh, but at the same time though, like at least according to the official like comics or novels for Kong Skull Island, all of his ancestors died. Like there was no other surviving Kong member. So it's kind of like impossible. But at the same time though, if there happened to be one in the Hollow Earth, that would be pretty neat,
Maybe somewhere else, like just not in the area. But hey, if you guys really love fucking dirty shit, I don't know why you would. You guys can see, Lady Kong.
I mean, technically, it wasn't really a dirty question. I mean, okay, now that's just you saying that you wanted to see that. That's not what he's asking though. He's asking like, what if there was a Lady Kong?
Putting it out there, I don't know.
Man, freaking Gibbs 4K, bro.
You guys heard nothing. Okay. We were talking about the Ghost Godzilla thing earlier. Okay. So, what is your favorite Heisei movie?
My favorite Heisei movie?
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Oh, still? Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, it's still the same thing. Like, honestly, like, with Godzilla versus Biollante, that one was really just, like again, like, with the whole premise of it being, like, Godzilla's like DNA being merged with the plant. That whole concept of it is really cool. Because at the time it was like the first time like seeing that kind of stuff. Like it was a really interesting concept of it. Like what would happen if Godzilla's DNA was merged with something else? Like that concept alone sounded really interesting to me at the time. And so when I saw Godzilla vs. Biollante, I was really amazed by it. and the soundtrack is really cool. And Bio Wars is probably my favorite track, obviously.
I heard someone
Um,
hated that song from Mike Toho or something. Someone hated it.
I don't know, but I personally like the Bio Wars soundtrack. It's really cool.
It is.
But yeah, like overall, like I mean, it's not just like the soundtracks and all that. The characters in the soundtrack and the monsters, they're really cool, and I really like Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Not bad. Okay. What is your? I think you already answered it earlier, but I'll ask anyway, just in case. What's your favorite Millennium Godzilla movie?
Wait, what?
What's your favorite Millennium Godzilla movie?
Oh, my favorite Millennium Godzilla movie. When it comes to that, I would say Final Wars.
Knew it. I freaking knew it.
No, you asked me like how I got into Godzilla.
No, I know, but like earlier, like you kind of inferred that. It was, so,
oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Final Wars. Like many people have like their own differences. They always like they say like they don't like the movie, which is fine,
I like
But it's just like you have to have that certain mindset where you don't expect like nothing, don't expect too much with the movie. Just have a mindset that you're gonna be going to watch a film with Godzilla going apeshit, and it's 2 hours of fighting, just straight up fighting, shooting, and exilians and just everything.
And you get to see some of the classic monsters. You get to see some monster bashing action in there. You get to see.
And where else are you going to see King Caesar kicking Anguirus like a soccer ball and Godzilla throwing himself as a goalie trying to block the ball? Like, where else are you going to see that? That shit's fucking incredible. That shit's freaking rad. Like, I have no idea why people don't like that shit.
Maybe okay. I guess the reason why I didn't like it was because of the human plot. Because the human plot is kind of vague.
Exactly, but at the same time, that could also go for the GVK. What's your point?
Right.
So like really just when you're like honestly when it comes down to Final Wars is my favorite. I like that film. Really love that film.
All right. Next question. What is your favorite MonsterVerse movie?
My favorite MonsterVerse movie. I was actually gonna do a video on this, but I guess I could just say it right here.
Well, you can have a basic idea of and save like majority of the rest for your video, but just a quick answer, unless you don't want to
I know. So I mean, I'll just say it straight up. Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'll probably explain more in depth in the video, but pretty much like what the gist of it is just the soundtrack and the fight sequences and all that.
All the monster bashing,
the
effects though, because they're not the best, but
the effects. I would say that the effects are not too great, but if I had to pick one from the MonsterVerse, I would say Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay then. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I respect that. Okay. What is your favorite Kong movie?
My favorite Kong movie is the Peter Jackson remake of King Kong.
Ooh, okay. What do you like
that one was the one where I first like discovered King Kong. Like when I was like, I think I was like around 6 or 5 when I found out about Kong.
Little baby
and Eric. Not really baby Eric, but like more like kid Eric or something. I don't know. But the Peter Jackson Kong, it was a big thing at the time too. Like I remember seeing a bunch of billboards and like at the time newspapers, like the physical papers, I remember reading on it. I remember seeing the pictures of Kong's face on the newspaper and all this and that. And like I would like just everything about it. Like I remember seeing the film like at the time we would like get like bootleg copies of it. So I mean they're pretty good quality too, so it wasn't like some shitty like quality kind of shit, but I remember seeing the film like in my like at home and shit like that and just being like amazed. Like I really like that one was like my favorite incarnation of Kong, and but yeah, I would say like the Peter Jackson remake of King Kong is my favorite.
Okay, not bad of a choice. Hold on. If you excuse me for a sec, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna go get something else. It won't take too long, I promise.
All right, I'll look in the chat and see
All
what's
right.
good.
Eric is your host for a little bit. I'm just gonna. Yeah, the music is gonna stop too. Sorry.
All right, guys, now that the fat ass is gone, let's go freaking raid some fucking servers. Am I right? Oh man,
Yeah.
you heard.
You know I can go give you watch it, right?
I know. That's exactly.
All right, I'm actually gonna.
That was the joke. Oh man. All
See you in a bit.
right. Okay, here we go now. So I'm gonna read. Okay, so let me see. Great question, Godzilla fan. I really wish Kong had to battle X. Yeah, exactly. That would be pretty cool with the whole thing. That would be pretty sick. What you call it? What are your thoughts on 1933 King Kong and the MonsterVerse King Kong? When it comes to the 33 King Kong, that one is always gonna be also like my favorite. Like after watching Peter Jackson, I found out about the 1933 because also at the time, like I forgot to mention this also, because you know how like when a certain film from like a franchise or something like that like is like getting a film coming out and they start like releasing like all these like movies of that franchise on TV or like streaming services and all that. That was the same thing with the Peter Jackson Kong, and at the time when the Peter Jackson Kong was new, the 1933 film would be airing on TV, and I was able to see that, and that one was pretty. Like honestly, the 33 Kong at the time when I was a kid, like that one actually kind of spooked me a bit because they would do close-ups of the animatronic version of Kong, and that face literally creeped me out. Like you just see his face like his teeth are showing this and that, and it just looked hella creepy to me to the point where I would like when I would see that part, I would literally like be hiding behind like I would be hiding under the covers or like hiding like just like covering my face, my eyes, and all that to not see that part and all that. Like that part really scared me. But like over time, I really did appreciate the film of what it is, and the MonsterVerse King Kong is also my favorite incarnation of Kong. Also, whether you want to call him a kaiju or a monster, like honestly, I kind of refer to this version of Kong of just being a monster, like a movie monster, um but when it comes down to it, this version of Kong is really cool also. Like from the Skull Island to the GVK, like that version of Kong is really, really cool. He has so much emotion and so much like sort of like things with him that make him who he really is, of what Kong is. So I really like both incarnations of him. They're really cool. What you call it? Let's see here. Erickzilla1999, out of all the Godzillas besides the Earth, who? Oh wait, I already answered that one. Never mind. Like I'm just kind of skimming through. Who do you think will appear in the next MonsterVerse movie? Destroyer, Space Godzilla, or Biollante? I honestly feel like if they were to make a sequel or another MonsterVerse, I would kind of like to see some more original monsters. Honestly, like don't get me wrong, like I would probably would freaking geek the fuck out if I were to see Destroyer, Space Godzilla, Biollante. But I also kind of want to see some other original monsters, like you see like in the novelizations or like the comics of Godzilla and Kong, of Godzilla's comics and all that. You see like for example like Shinomura in the Muto Prime, like I want to see more original monsters like those guys. So like I wouldn't mind seeing more of that, but at the same time I wouldn't mind seeing those three either. Those would be pretty sick to see. If you actually take a look at legendary Godzilla, he'd probably be able to withstand it when he turning burning. He was actually harmed by it because when he took the. Oh wait, I think that was when we're discussing how like who would win. Maybe most likely. Again, I honestly wouldn't know. Honestly, because there's a bunch of different Godzilla incarnations that all have their weak points and their strong points.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
it
a
honestly just depends on which one you're referring to. And here he is. He's back.
yo, what up? What good? What good? What good?
Oh my god.
All right, what are we talking about here?
I was just answering some questions that you skipped.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, you're getting it the way you wanted it. But anyway, now that I'm back, let's get some more of my personal questions out here. Okay, how did you first get into Ultraman?
How I got into Ultraman was when at the time I still have my little cousin. He his dad bought him a Ultraman DVD that had the complete series from episodes 1 through 20, I think. The final episode being the one of Hydra and he showed it to him and he started watching it and I started watching it with him and I just like that actually caught like the same thing with Godzilla, it caught my eye. And what really got me into it even more was that at the time I was watching the episode 10 of with Ultraman and Jiras and my dad walks into the room and he's like, "Oh, I remember this show," and he starts like talking to us, like telling us like, oh, how he grew up with Ultraman and all that. And I was like, "Oh, that's sick!" And like freaking, that got me into Ultraman even more, And I find out on TokyoMonsters.com again that they had a few episodes and some movies of Ultraman, and I ended up finding out a bunch of these ultras and all that. And the one film at the time was probably my favorite was the one of was called Ultraman the Next. And then after that it was Ultraman Mebius and the Ultra Brothers. And then like I started watching all those, and then at the time, and there was also this one website I was able to find that had all of the Showa Ultra shows, all the episodes, and the quality wasn't good, and there wasn't any subtitles, but I was able to watch every single Ultraman and just all the other Ultras episodes all in one go. And freaking I was able to watch them all and stuff like that. And and so then afterwards I just started I got into Ultraman. I became an Ultraman fan, I just like kind of just merged both Godzilla, Ultraman, and Gamera together. When I refer to being like tokusatsu fan, you like everything tokusatsu related. That includes like Godzilla, Ultraman, Gamera, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, all those different properties and all that into one, And but yeah, that's pretty much how I got into Ultraman.
Okay, and how'd you get into this? Ah, fucking ad. Not getting paid for it anyway.
Shut up, Tony. I got this.
Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. And a super jet he comes from a billion miles away from a distant planet land.
Oh my god.
Hero Ultraman.
Oh my god, dude. That looks hella weird.
I deserve a Godzilla cringe for that.
Probably.
Shit. Okay. All right. Now this one's I keep forgetting to ask all the Ultra fans, whatever Ultra fan I ask, but I'll ask you this: If God's, I'll ask this one first. Would you want to see a Godzilla Ultraman crossover on
Yes.
film or TV show?
An
Okay.
official film, that would be pretty damn sick.
Either a movie or like just have Godzilla on the show. One of those two.
Either Godzilla in the show or in a movie. By the way, I feel like those would be pretty cool. Like
Okay.
having both of them merge.
Okay. If that's the case, how do you think they would do it? Like, what would be how would it work?
I feel like I mean, it kind of depends. Like either they make it into like a full-fledged like Godzilla versus Ultraman, or like possibly like Godzilla and Ultraman team up to fight a certain enemy. Like I feel like if it were to work out, like I feel like if Godzilla would just be like any ordinary monster from the Ultraman universe. Like he's just there, and then he ends up like fighting off different Ultra monsters to the point where like Ultraman starts coming in, and then he ends up finding out like, oh, all these Ultra monsters are killed. Who's been killing these Ultra monsters? And then so like Ultraman sees Godzilla. Ultraman tries to stop Godzilla, but ends up like not like being capable of it. Like he ends up like having trouble trying to stop Godzilla, to the point where like they both end up fighting, and they start showing their capabilities. And then to the point where like Godzilla and Ultraman start teaming up when they find out like, oh, a big army of monsters start coming out, and they start battling all like both of them. And then in the end they start like being like, oh, like you're not bad, you're pretty good. And they're chill.
Okay.
I don't know. That's essentially how I would have seen how I would see it.
All right. That sounds pretty good actually. Not bad. Who is your favorite Ultraman as of right now?
As of right now, it's the OG.
I haven't really seen. Okay, for me personally, I haven't really seen all
Specifically the Type C. Specifically Type C.
Oh yeah, Type A is
I mean, it's fair to say that the Type A was the first one, but at the same time,
it's justified. It's justified, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, I can't really judge the rest of them because I haven't seen like all the other shows. But the only ones I do, like a few other episodes I've seen besides original Ultraman was Tiga and Leo. But those two pretty cool. But yeah, I agree with you. LG one, definitely not Type. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this one is okay. Who is your favorite Ultra monster?
My favorite Ultra monster is Geronimon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Okay, why?
Geronimon has the ability to revive monsters from the grave. If he wanted to, he could make a fucking army. And just overall, his design is really cool. I like the whole feathers and stuff like that he has. It's really cool.
Which Ultraman is he from?
The OG.
I don't think I've gotten to the episode yet, but I'll get to it.
Yeah, you'll get to it.
Okay. What's your thoughts about Alien Bolton?
Alien Bolton is my all-time favorite alien. He is awesome. He is scary. And he's just really, really dope. Like, oh man, you're making it shitty, bro. But yeah, like I've seen his episode at the time. It was really like suspenseful at the same time. Like just like in this scenario, you're a kid finding out about Ultraman. You just got done watching episode 1. And you go to the next episode where it has Bolton. And up to this point, you thought like it'd be like a really nice, all like cool show, And then you find out about Bolton's episode, and it has a bit of a creepy vibe to it, and a scary vibe as well.
It's a bit
like at the time when I was young, I was actually very spooked of Bolton's laugh. And keep in mind, I watched some of these episodes at night, and so obviously that made it a bit more worse because Bolton's laugh was like just so menacing and stuff like that. And so like seeing Bolton and all that, like I just like I was kind of scared of him, but then over time I just started to really love Bolton, and and just overall, Bolton's my favorite alien, honestly.
Imagine if you're just sleeping and then at 3 a.m. you just hear this. Hold on. Fuck. And you just hear this.
Dude, that would be crazy, bro. What is that face? Oh my god. Dude, you look like you're trying to snip out the air from your farts or something, bro.
Oh, I gotta be watching that stream. Hold on, I gotta see
You
it.
have to rewatch the stream when you see that part.
Oh god.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, if you make Godzilla cringe, you can always come back to this.
Nah, that's not worthy of a Godzilla cringe.
Okay. Okay. What was my next question? Okay. Oh yes, sir. Honestly, who do you think stole more from each other? Do you think Toho stole more from Tsuburaya, or do you think Tsuburaya stole more from Toho? Honestly,
Wait, what? If they still work with each other?
no. If they stole ideas or sounds, because after seeing some of the Ultraman stuff, it appears that Toho and Tsuburaya have been stealing from each other.
I wouldn't say stealing. It's more or less like trying to help each other out, Because keep in mind, Superaya used to work with Toho. So obviously they have a lot of respect for Toho and all that. And like they're not like bitter rivals, Like they don't mind like helping out one another, as long as they ask, So yeah, of course, like when it comes to it, like they're not really stealing. They're more or less just like like, oh, can I borrow this and all that? Like, yeah, sure you can.
Okay.
So like yeah, I would say that's pretty much what it is,
Okay. What's
Yeah.
your thoughts about Jiraz?
Jiras is a very
Rated?
overrated monster at this point. Like
It's
the
first
countless amounts. Like, don't get me wrong, like I like Jiras. Jiras is a cool looking monster, But at the same time, I kind of prefer more of the concept art because the concept of had him more looking like a Stegosaurus with the frill.
You
Like,
show me?
just imagine that. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been pretty cool looking. But instead they just use like the full-fledged Godzilla suit and spines and stuff like that. But like I still think he's a cool, like neat looking monster, Like he's not really a monster I would like look twice and shit, But the fact that maybe not every Godzilla fan, but I don't like how like every or like fucking every like some Godzilla fans out there, they say how like oh, I'm watching Ultraman and they only watch it for episode 10, which was the episode where it has Jiras in it, just because of that, and they automatically say like, "Oh, Jiras is my favorite monster," and it's like, okay, wait, I could obviously see why you like that monster.
I'll admit, I used to be like that back in the day when I was like way younger. I barely even knew about Ultraman at that time. But now after like actually starting to like get more into Ultraman, Jiraz is really not my favorite monster. Really, if I'll be honest, it's probably gonna be fucking Red King. Either Red King or fucking Bolton.
Mm. But yeah, like again, like I don't hate Jiras, I just think he's a very overrated monster at this point, and that's how it is.
Alright then. Okay, I guess that's enough of those questions. I guess we can move on to Gamera. Gamera. Goody da da da, goody da 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 da, Gamera. Okay, I'll stop. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you first get into Gamera?
When I first came, it's like the same thing like I mentioned before. Like I discovered Gamera on TokyoMonsters.com, and which I watched the trilogy, the Heisei trilogy of Gamera, and at the time, like I also watched Gamera the Brave, and when I found out about like there was also Showa Gamera, like like I saw like, oh, that's really sick. So I watched that, and of course, again, like it's the same thing with Godzilla and Ultraman. I was hooked, and I always appreciate that flying turtle.
Definitely. Would you want to see Godzilla crossover with Gamera at some point?
Yes, I would really love to see that. There was at least 2 occasions that I know of, at least, where Godzilla and Gamera crossed paths. Well, there was this one of when Gamera Super Monster, I think it was called, and this is one scene. Gamera was walking by, and he knocks over a sign, and it has an illustration on it that's obviously supposed to be Godzilla, but they refer to it as God something. But thinking what you call it. That was the only time, like, when I first saw that, I was like, yo, they freaking showed Godzilla. And then the second time they showed Gamera and Godzilla in one spot was in an episode of Ultraman Max, of the Antler episode, where it has both the GVK Godzilla and the 1999 Gamera, and these 2 kids were playing with them as toys and all that. And it was like, oh, Godzilla will win. Oh no, Gamera would win. And they're just like playing with them,
You mean,
Huh?
you mean GMK? You said GBK.
I said GMK. Right.
I thought you said GBK for a second.
No, I said I thought I said GMK.
Well,
Freaking, I don't know. You'll see from the live stream, I guess. But
yeah.
GMK, the GMK Godzilla and the 1999 Gamera. Those were the only times when you saw them crossed over and shit.
In a way, yeah. I guess they don't exist in that, but they have respect for it, and they exist as toys. I guess I don't know.
Exactly. But overall, like, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be really cool to see. Gamera or Godzilla versus Gamera, or Gamera versus Godzilla. However they put the titles, that would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, not bad. All right, then I guess we can go ahead and what is your favorite Gamera movie as of right now? Showa.
My favorite Showa.
Yeah.
My favorite Showa Gamera movie. It has to be Gamera versus Barugon.
Oh. Nice.
Yep.
I like that.
When it comes to Showa films, of course, that was my favorite.
Not bad. Heisei?
Heisei, that one's a really hard one because I really love the Heisei. Like, you have no idea how many times I've praised the trilogy so much, and I've always constantly say how, like, the Heisei Gamera trilogy is way better than the Heisei Godzilla franchise.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, there's no compare. Like, I really love the trilogy, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the 1999. Because that Gamera, that incarnation of Gamera is way menacing looking, and the film is really sick. And another thing too is that the soundtrack is really cool also.
1999, Erickzilla1999.
Yeah, it's always referred. It's always going to 1999.
I guess that makes more sense then.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay then. What is your favorite Gamera monster?
My favorite Gamera monster is Gaios.
Gauss? Which one?
The one from it's kind of a two thing. Like, it's between the Hyper or the 1995.
Super Gaios?
Yeah, Super Gaios or just the Hyper Gaios. I honestly like the 95 design, but I also really love the Hyper design. I don't know. I guess I would pick the 1995 design.
Yeah, I can see why. All right then. Next question here. Okay. Now let's get, aside from all the tokusatsu stuff, let's get to know more about you specifically. So, who is David?
David is my mascot, and the story behind him of how he came to be was pretty much essentially pretty much in back in middle school, in my middle school and shit. I had a group of close friends, you know. And in that group of friends, we give each other like little nicknames, you know. That is only like for us to know, you know. And you know, one of the nicknames that they gave me was Dinosaur Boy because I drew a lot of dinosaurs, and of course, I really love dinosaurs. So that's why they referred to me as that. And so one day, I decided to draw some characters that are based off of the nicknames that were given to us, and I drew myself as a crocodile looking thing, and it still kind of does look like it.
That's like your favorite.
But like the old designs that I had before, they straight up look like a crocodile. Like over time, I started shortening the snout more and more, and of course, like now it just looks like this, you know. But like David has always been a dinosaur. Like I've always called it a dinosaur, and I do plan on giving him more to his backstory of how he came to be and all that. But
can't wait for that.
you know, like when it comes down to it, you know, David the dinosaur is like he's kind of like I don't know, like it's kind of like with every single art with other artists also, like when they make a character, it's like it's special to them because it's a character that they made. And like, you know, with David, you know, David was the first ever like actual cartoonish character that I've ever made. And you know, like, and that's why I always like hold a special place with him because again, like, you know, he was my very first character that I drew, and you know, obviously, like it grew up to the point where he became my mascot, like my official mascot. And you know, afterwards, and then of course afterwards, I made like Exodus and Stickman, and so like at that point, you know, it went through its course, you know. So yeah.
Okay, all right, not bad. So another question is, why does David have PNG in his video in the Godzilla videos?
Oh my god. Okay. So pretty much with the whole thing with that is because I was trying to go for a Paper Mario sort of design. And of course it was at a time when I was just in a rush. And I pretty much didn't really do it perfectly and all that. There's at least one PNG. I don't have that PNG anymore, but at that PNG was the one that was actually genuinely perfect. Like it was really good. But then over time, I just kind of just rushed them at that point, and you know, that's pretty much what happens and shit.
So TNG though.
I know, yo, you have no idea how much Gapester really loves that PNG though. He really loves it.
I love it. It's the best thing ever. That's how I know David. David fucking dinosaur crocodile thing with PNG in its background that does Godzilla cringes on people. Right. Dave, I must stay. I'm leaving the internet for a while. Why are you leaving the internet, man? What's going on? All
Wait, what?
man. Oh, someone in the chat said they're leaving the internet for a while.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, though, so why do you do Godzilla cringes?
Well, Godzilla cringe is my only way of like speaking out my opinions on the Godzilla fandom, and because honestly, when it comes down to it, I have a lot of things to say when it comes to the Godzilla community. And most people just don't really say it really, because I noticed. I mean, there's probably like a few of them out there that would speak out and say it, but there isn't that one person that actually goes out of his way to say it straight up, you know, because you know, many people like to just follow the sheep or like they're the shepherd, like that's the shepherd and they're all the sheep, and they all like just, you know, follow that one person all the time.
Or there's
But
just
in reality,
problem.
yeah, and so like I'm just like I reached to a point where I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, you know, and see how it goes. And then of course the first pilot episode of it was I think it was about It was about the whole thing with at the time with like NECA like not making a King Ghidorah figure. There was a lot of people that were bitching about that, so like I made a video about that.
Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. But at the same time, I didn't go on my way to go ahead and send NECA death threats and saying some bullshit like that.
Exactly, like that's what they did, and like even NECA even went out of the way to talk to say shit back at him too.
You're
But
like,
yeah, like yeah, but when it comes out to it, Godzilla cringe is literally the only thing that allows me to speak out my mind, my opinions of certain things that happen in the community. Whether like sometimes I talk about things that like for example, I plan on doing a video about Godzilla cringe of how the Godzilla police force and then the whole concept of Godzilla president of the Godzilla president of the fan thing. Like last time I checked, like we're in a community, right? We're not in an anime club. We're not in some freaking club where you can randomly say that you're the president of it. Yeah. So like just stuff like that, like I talk about it, of course. And like
man,
I will say this though. When it comes to certain videos of Godzilla cringe, there I will agree with this that sometimes like I could have like worded it right or made it more like sensible to people to make it more sense. But my point still goes across to like the majority of people and shit like that. And and in the end of the day, all of this is just my opinion. Like I always say, like this is something that most people don't really notice is that I always say, like I would occasionally say, like like it's my opinion. If you think this is good or whatever, or this and that, like that's fine. But it's like as soon as they see me saying shit about D-Man, their Lord and Savior, Shaggy, the 40-year-old,
bro,
they can just start like throwing shit at me and just start saying like, "Oh, you're wrong" and this and that.
you got
And, I'm just like, bro, okay.
I actually got a question about that. What's your thoughts about everyone actually believing you when you said he was like a 30, 40-year-old man?
I was surprised, bro. That was a joke. I was really surprised, like, because the thing is that I started getting DMs from people on Instagram and just saying like, "Yo, Eric, is it true that Demon's like 34?" And shit? I'm like, dude, no, it was a joke. And I'm just like, holy shit.
It sounds so serious. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, but I made it obvious that it was a joke, like, cause I don't know, like it only, cause the thing is that it only makes sense like to like some of my fans, cause my fans, they know how I am and shit like that, and they know like when I'm obviously joking and shit like that.
Did you dab in 2019?
Yeah, it was all in 2019, I think.
I just dabbed in 2021. Anyway, aren't you a little bit? What's your thoughts about all the backlash you get for calling out all these guys?
Most of them I actually take it like take it straight up, because again, like of course people are gonna, because in the end of the day, when like on the internet, no one's gonna like you, no one's gonna like you, and of course that's fine, you just gotta focus on doing what you do best, and that's entertaining your fans and that entertaining those that actually like your content and stuff like that. So when I started hearing backlash about the D-Man video and all that and stuff like that, I started to like listen to them, and because at the same time, like I really like appreciate what they thought of it, because I told them like like, oh, tell me your guys' thoughts on this whole thing, like what do you think about this, and obviously they were I mean, it's their opinion. It's what they think of D-Man and all that. And if they think D-Man's a great guy, then okay, I respect that. If you think he's a cool content creator, then okay. But at the same time, it's like some of them out there just obviously wanted trouble and shit. Like they just want to start shit. They like, that's the thing with some of D-Man's the D-Man videos, that like it gotten a lot of people like. There's also been a few that even tried to make me say some shit, some backlash about D-Man and shit like that, just so they could tell D-Man. And that is something that I've seen way too much on the internet, where like people try to make you say something that you didn't mean to say, and it's obviously that's just like, nah, like you're not gonna get me to say that shit. So yeah, like when it comes to videos like that, I take it seriously, because it's their opinions. They want to speak out their opinion, and if they don't agree with what I say, then that's fine.
And that's tough too.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So okay, what's your thoughts about the looking back at the Skylar Kingery rant?
Which one? I've done like
Cringe.
I've done a few already.
The first one.
The one of Skylar's video. That one was really weird. I honestly obviously it was an old video, and you could hear the freaking smoke detector going off in the background, and my
Yeah, I was like,
freaking audio was echoing.
yeah, I was
like-
like, what are we watching?
Yeah, like I was reacting to his video. That one was pretty interesting because I noticed his video, and at that point he already hated me already before I even made that video. Like he already hated me. He hated the shit out of me. Freaking what you call it. And so when I saw that he did this video, I was like, oh, I should do this video on him. And that one went off in history. And he ended up taking down his original video of that, so like everyone just goes to my video to see like what was so bad that he said. So yeah,
Okay.
like the guy literally said in the video like, I hate gay people, and I'm like, bro, holy shit.
That's not good. Okay.
Yeah, that's it was so fucking bad. And just imagine like the headache I had when watching this video, bro. Like, because I'm pretty sure many of you guys may or may not know Skylar, but this guy has a fucking chipmunk voice or something, bro. Like, it is so annoying.
I'm gonna go back and watch. If he watches my video, he's gonna come back and see this.
I don't care. At this point, I really don't care. Like, if he happens to come by and see me saying this, I don't really care, honestly.
Eesh. All right then. What's your thoughts about looking back at another Godzilla frame? Well, I wouldn't call this a cringe, but like more of a pretty bad situation. Godzilla fan 2021.
Godzilla fan 2021. Wait, what?
Looking back on that one. Wait. Okay.
Looking
that one out.
Yeah.
I guess go ahead first then. Forget it. Go ahead first.
The whole thing with Godzilla fan 2021, it was disgusting. The fact that someone like this in the community, like the whole thing with the Godzilla community is already bad. There's like certain things in the community that are really fucked. But when I found out about this, I was really disgusted, and I was just really upset with him because I knew the guy, and like I didn't talk to him too much, but I knew who he was and shit. And so when I found out about this, I was hella fucking upset with him. And so that's why, like, when you see my video, that was probably the only time you'll ever see me or like hear me like speaking like very seriously, because usually on my content I never talked too seriously. But I mean, yeah, I do have my serious moments, but at the same time, it's like it's mainly just comedy or entertainment. But with this guy, this one actually had my full-fledged like serious moment. Like I like to call it my serious Eric moment. I don't know, it's a weird thing, but
Okay.
like serious Eric hours, and and so like pretty much it kind of just like lets my friends know like, oh, I'm being serious here and this and that. So like that whole situation just really disgusts me.
All right, yeah, I see that. Eesh, well. Before we move on to like the next topic, I guess might as well bring up Deadzilla, what's your thoughts about that?
When I found out that the person that I looked up to turned out to be a pedophile, it really fucked me up to the point where I was really sad. And like I was in a call with some friends, and like I didn't want to stick around. Like I told them, like, oh man, like I can't stay in the call, guys. Like I gotta go. Like I was really sad that day when I found out that Deadzilla was a pedophile and shit. Like I was like, fucking hell, dude.
That was on break.
And freaking, and the thing about it too was that like I was kind of like I was gonna do like sort of like an homage to one of his films, of Godzilla versus of King Kong versus Godzilla, where I used the Peter Jackson Kong and the Final Wars Godzilla, But now that won't be happening anytime soon. But what you call it? But over time, I learned to separate the art from the artist. Like I separate. Like I like his fan films. I still like his fan films.
That's not gonna really change. Like the person that created it, I don't like, but like, hey, I've also learned how to like don't hate the person's content specifically. It's like a whole, just about a separate thing. Yeah, they're actually.
I really like his fan films, but like I don't like the artist himself,
It's a pretty good fan film. So Space Godzilla, Ultraman, like they're gone now, so I can't go back and watch them anymore.
They're pretty much considered lost films at this point.
Yeah, unless somebody download them. I know there's a few like archived Deadzilla videos out there, but if they can find those, let me know. I like to watch the fan films, but yeah, that's all I really want to do at this point.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on from those two, which I know about that stuff. Looking back at your other video? What's your thoughts about the KZ prank thing?
KZ prank?
Yeah.
Like with the whole thing with Goji Franklin?
Yeah.
That whole thing was really funny, not gonna lie. And sort of fucked up. Like the fact that they were gonna pretend that Goji Franklin was like an animal or something like that. That was pretty fucked up. And obviously like the whole situation like died down and shit. But God knows who fucking would have like what could have happened if that was actually like carried out and shit.
Moose isn't here, so can't really for context. Okay. All right, then I guess it's not that part. What you're looking back at this? What do you think about the Glory Merchant with the whole Mechagodzilla thing?
Honestly, I kind of like sort of going back and forth with him. Like he seems like a legit guy. Like he just wants to sell shit, but at the same time, he kind of like I've been hearing a lot of people saying like, oh, he's just putting on a facade. Like he's just trying to put like a face on and shit. And I've just kind of like been like, well, I mean, I've talked to the guy. He doesn't seem like that much of a bad person. He doesn't seem like a scalper to me.
Mm-hmm. Not one that would go like that far, $50, $60, $100. Nobody's sending those people hate. Why aren't you sending the other guys hate them? Like, not only that, why aren't you sending hate to the people that buy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I will say this, that the death threats were way too far. Like
the IRS.
Come on.
Not only that,
they contacted the IRS on the guy. Like I swear, that's just crazy, bro. Who the fuck calls the IRS on a freaking guy trying to sell toys, bro? Come on.
Stupid as shit. And not only that, like, why are they hating on scubbers? Why aren't they hating on the people that are actually doing this? Because let's be honest, if those kind of people weren't around, people that would buy shit for higher prices, maybe these so-called scalpers won't be here. Why aren't you saying them hate, huh? Where's the hate on them?
No, but here's the thing though, is that like they're different people. Because obviously this guy has a legit sort of cause, But when it comes to scalpers and shit like that, obviously they're gonna be the ones pretty obvious to spot.
Yeah, I'm talking about like that all in general.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's the future for Erickzilla1999's channel?
I still plan on doing videos. I at least when I feel like it, of course. Like, cause YouTube as a whole is more of a hobby for me. It's not really a full-fledged career, but cause honestly, my future career is being like an animator. I want to make cartoons for a living. Um, but with with YouTube and all that, I'll still be continuing YouTube. At least to the point where in which I'll probably like I kind of see myself like at my old age, like not going on YouTube anymore, like or like not being active on my channel anymore when it comes to it. Like I'll just be just focusing on my family and shit. But freaking when it comes out to it, that's YouTube is a good platform for me to promote my stuff, my entertainment, my content and shit. But yeah, other than that though, like that's pretty much, at least that's what I see in my future. My future might end up changing over time, but still that's something that I kind of hope for.
All right, not bad. All right, I can kind of see that happening for you, but there is one. Fuck, what was that? I didn't put it on. Oh, I'm stupid ass didn't put it on the fucking list. I'm stupid. I know it had something to do with YouTube though. Oh yeah, so Erickzilla1999 merge. What made you decide to start that?
I started it like months ago, but I just didn't make it public. Like I started making more designs over time, and I just made the designs and just I published them like a year early. Cause originally I was going to release my merch. I was originally going to release my merch when I reached 5K, which by the way I'm almost at 5K. Again, what'd you call it? And so like I decided just fuck it, I'll just release them early for the whole thing with GVK and shit like that. Because I made like a new shirt dedicated for that, and that was when I released the shirts publicly.
But I will say, congratulations, you're almost at 5K, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly thinking of doing something special, like probably like a giveaway.
Maybe
But then again, I'm not too sure.
An Erickzilla1999 live stream, like commentary or something like that. I don't know. But
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So, you got anything else you want to talk about here? Because we're about to reach the 2-hour mark.
At this point, not really much else to talk about.
I guess we could talk about figures, I guess. You want to talk about that?
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Alright. What is your favorite Godzilla figure you own right now?
My favorite Godzilla figure that I own is the Final Wars Godzilla. Panda Creations.
6 to 12 inch.
6 inch.
Nice. Not bad. I agree. Well, in a way, like I used to have it, then I bought the Japan version instead, which I honestly kind of like Japan better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was your very first Godzilla figure?
My very first Godzilla figure was the Panda Creations Godzilla 2000.
Ooh. You still have it today?
Yeah, I still have that thing. It's all full of dust and everything.
Ew, go clean that up. Nasty yes.
It's like stuck in like the certain spots of my room.
Okay. Do you own any monster arts?
I only own one currently, but I do plan on getting more in the future. The SH Monster Arts special color version of Godzilla 2000.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, that's a terrible figure, but I do prefer 2002 over that. Alright then. Do you ever have plans to make a David figure?
I wish, but I'll probably make it into like more like a statue figure. But like as a full but not like as a full-fledged like articulated figure. Because I feel like because if I were to do that, I would probably need more practice in doing that. Because as of right now, I could only paint figures. I could custom paint them, but I can't do all the special things of like molding or cutting the figures up in pieces and stuff. Like I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be cool to see that one day.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Would you do any Erickzilla1999 merch with the PNG?
There is no PNG on them.
Would you do any though with that?
I don't plan on doing that though.
Damn, that's tough. Because you know how I am, and I really love the PNG.
You really love the PNG. I know.
Another question: why does David love sunglasses so much?
I don't know. It's because I wear sunglasses, and I just thought, to give the emphasis on him being like cool looking and all that. So I gave him that sort of addition. Like every kind of like changed over time with like his way of how he looked. Because at the time he used to have like a hat with a black jacket.
I think I saw that.
And
Yeah,
yeah, and then there was this one where he had like the sunglasses and headphones. And then over time, like I decided, you know what? No extra parts, no extra things with him, just the straight up sunglasses. That's it.
he's just fucking naked, no dick.
It always comes. It always like, are you okay, Gabe? Are you like horny or something, bro? Like you like over here talking about dicks and fucking and everything.
I only asked. Nah, bro. What the fuck? Nah.
Bro, Gabe should be sus. Caught in 4K once again.
I mean, my hat, my beanie's red. I may be the imposter.
Shoot, that's hella sus.
Indeed, it is. That was my next question, actually. Okay, my last question is: what is something that you've always wanted to do on YouTube that you just never done yet, or just simply just can't do it?
What I really want to do, and I'll probably be doing it pretty soon, is animating.
Oh, okay.
I want to be able to post my animations on my channel. I mean, I have two other different channels. So I have one that's my Spanish channel, and one that is my animating channel, which I've already posted a few things on there already. But I plan to be more active on that particular channel more and more. And yeah.
All right, not bad. Okay then. All right, what is one thing that you wanted to do but then you just stopped caring?
Wait, what?
What is something you've always wanted to do but then you just stopped caring about it because either you just couldn't do it anymore, or you just found something else better?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had that sort of problem. Yeah.
All right then, not bad. All right, what is your honest opinion on the whole Spinosaurus versus Indominus Rex controversy?
The what?
Spinosaurus versus the Indominus Rex controversy in the JP community.
I mean, that whole thing is kind of like just insane, honestly. Obviously I feel like the Indominus Rex would probably kill off the Spinosaurus straight up. But I mean, you could go right ahead and say like, oh, he probably couldn't. Oh no, he can't. Well, you know what? He could. When you see the capabilities of the Indominus Rex of what she's capable of, it's pretty obvious who would be the victor here. But
Aggression.
that's pretty much how it is.
Okay then. Honestly, do you think the Spinosaurus should come back or no?
No, I don't think he should come back at all. Cause maybe he could probably be referenced maybe, but not straight up on screen. No. The closest thing we've had of the Spinosaurus appearing on screen is the Baryonyx, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad. If there was to be not Godzilla. Fuck. What was it called? Shit. If there was going to be a freaking Marvel and Godzilla crossover. How would that work?
Marvel and Godzilla crossover.
Godzilla. And
I mean, wait, what?
yeah, Godzilla in the MCU.
I feel like it could work out because Godzilla was in the Marvel comics before, so I feel like they could probably have a certain way of doing it.
All right then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the MonsterVerse should continue?
Honestly, how I personally think, I feel like it shouldn't, because it really just left off on a high note with like the whole GVK, and like I thought that was a really nice way of ending it. But if they end up bringing it back, I wouldn't mind that either.
All right, not bad choice. All right, so yeah, I think that's all we got really had to talk about here for tonight. Unless you got something else in mind.
No, I'm good. That's pretty much it.
Alrighty then. So I guess we could start the outro. So do you want to say anything, Eric?
Yeah, thank you guys all for stopping by the stream. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if Gabe still will be plugging in my socials, but I got stuff going on my channel right now. I just released 2 videos, so check them out. I do have a merch store. You go right ahead and you see some merch if you want to and stuff. Yeah, I'm almost up to 5K, so I'll probably do something special for it. And other than that, though, guys, that's pretty much it for me. You can take it away, Gabe.
Okay. Before we do, I got one more thing to do. One more time. Oh, always a freaking ass. I'm gonna disable ads on this until I get monetized. I swear to God. Okay, Tony, I got this. Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a superhero, he comes from a billion miles away, from a distant planet land. Our hero, Ultraman.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, I just wanted to do that one more time over here for my buddy here, Eric. But so this goes this everyone, thanks for watching. Please go subscribe to Erickzilla1999. Subscribe to me, leave a like, comment, turn on bell notifications, and we'll see you guys next time whenever Eric comes back. Weesh!